As humans, we're exceptionally good at one particular thing: fear-based scenarios. Most people do what they do not for something good to happen, but to avoid something bad. It's something drilled into our heads as young kids ever since day one. Do your homework or you'll be grounded. Once you get older, you find yourself hitting the same wall. Go to college or you won't have a job. This type of mentality stays with you your whole life, and it's one of the reasons people struggle with confidence. By the end of this video, you'll have a beginner-friendly guide on how to start working on your confidence game. Welcome to ALUX. You could say that fear of disaster is a good motivator to get shit done. If a bear is chasing you on your morning run, you will 100% run faster. But do you really want to be chased by bears all of your life? That's how you get anxiety and panic attacks every time National Geographic is on TV. It's simply not sustainable nor healthy to have fear as a motivator in the long run. And the thing is, it's kind of what got us comfortably to the top of the food chain, because we're the most paranoid and anxious species to ever walk this earth. We killed off or domesticated every other living thing in our way and steered clear of the places that still have, well, bears and shit. So the anxiety aspect is rooted deep inside of our core as a survival tactic, but it creates a problem. People find it damn hard to be confident because it literally goes against human nature. On one hand, you have a high level of anxiety which keeps you from developing confidence. On the other hand, you don't really know what being confident actually means. Now, the anxiety part needs a whole video to itself, so for the time being, let's just talk confidence. By definition, confidence is a state of mind, the belief that you will make it. It's a belief that you will succeed at what you're doing, you will fulfill your goals. But here's the thing, and we want you to think hard on this one. Winners and losers have the same goals. Because you see, nobody's goal is to not make it. So if that's the case, if winners and losers all have the same goal, what is confidence actually tied to? Where does confidence come from? Well, there's a very particular place from which confidence is born. It happens in just a single moment. You probably experienced it multiple times in your life, but never actually realized it. Confidence grows when you hit a new high ceiling. Let's imagine this scenario. You just came back from a vacation and a good friend is asking you about it. Are you comfortable with telling them the story of your travels? What if there are 2 friends at the table? What if there are 3 friends and a person you don't really know? What if there are 20 people at the table and you only know half of them? You see, sooner or later you'll start feeling uncomfortable with telling the story. Maybe they'll think your story sucks. Maybe it's not that interesting. Maybe someone interrupts you in the middle of it with another story and all of your momentum quickly goes out the window. You'll soon find your ceiling of the number of people to whom you can comfortably tell a story. But confidence in your storytelling skills happens when you add a +1 to that ceiling, and it goes well. In this sense, confidence comes when you become slightly better at something time and time again. You don't plan to be more confident, you plan to be better. Confidence is essentially the confirmation of your progress. But this is just one example. Confidence takes shape in so many different ways, and we get good at feeling confident the same way we get good at everything else. Practicing confidence. Here's the thing, you're always going to be nervous in certain situations. Even top performers experience anxiety, so practicing not being nervous is not the way to go. But many people don't know what they're capable of until their skills are tested. The best way to quote-unquote practice confidence is getting better at the skills that make you nervous. This is one of those things where practice makes perfect. It's a methodical process, it takes time, and most people aren't willing to go through the process. But people build up confidence to speak to bigger audiences by talking to one person first. Usually, that one person is simply themselves standing in a mirror. Now, of course, you can always go full-on hardcore mode and put yourself into a really high-stakes scenario right from the get-go. Make it, and you'll get a huge confidence boost. But if you fail, it'll be really hard to recover. And speaking of failure, confidence is not about not making mistakes ever again. It's about being well prepared for handling multiple situations. It's saying, I know how to get this done and how to fix potential failures. Confidence is also not about self-esteem, although a lot of people confuse the two. Self-esteem is about how you see yourself as a person. Confidence is about how you see your abilities. And being highly confident in yourself doesn't mean you'll never be insecure or doubt yourself. It means being highly aware of how far your current skills can take you. Even the most confident people out there can have their confidence shaken. The thing is, they've gotten really good at checking their doubts and trusting their abilities anyway. And that's what sets them apart from the rest. That's the mark of true confidence. Now let's just touch on a topic here real quick because we can already see the comments coming in. Can you really fake it till you make it? Ah, yes, the classic old saying. Well, the answer is yes and no. Let us explain. Fake it till you make it works if you actually make it. If you end up actually developing those abilities while you're faking it, then yes, it works. It also works when you realize what you're trying to do isn't that hard after all. However, if you fake it till you make it, but you never actually make it anywhere, you just come across as arrogant and delusional. All of the fake and none of the make. And if this is your only strategy, there really is no way of knowing where you'll end up, so tread carefully. When people focus too much on their confidence and too little on what they want to be confident about, they risk becoming overconfident. They believe that just because they thought of it, that alone is what qualifies them. Overconfidence comes from living in your own bubble. No one is there to actually test you, so the point of reference is your own ego. Alright, so by this point, the casual viewers have checked out, so let's dive into the deeper stuff for you, our true Aluxer. How confidence leads to happiness. If you've been growing with us for a long time, you might remember how we defined happiness a while back. Happiness is when your reality meets your expectations. We get a high sense of achievement when we get something done and we are proud of it. If you think about it, you become more confident when you get better at what you're doing. And you become better at what you're doing when what you're trying to do works out. Reality meets expectations. You might notice a trend here. A lot of aspects of life, whether it's confidence, happiness, fulfillment, and so on, they all start from the same point, doing something and doing it well. And the beauty of this is, you get to define the terms. You decide what to do, and you get to decide how proud of it you are. As we've said previously in our videos, we believe that every person is a creator. We are all meant to make something we are proud of, and everything else stems from that. So if you want to be more confident, the solution is simple. Pick something to do and do it well. Hone your craft until you're satisfied and allow the confidence you gain to help you soar on to the next achievement. Cultivating a feeling of confidence within you is what will cushion the lows because there will always be low points and in return help you to slingshot back up to the highs you're after, the greatness you're becoming. Thanks for watching, Aluxer. We hope you learned something valuable today and you're one step closer to the person you want to become. Now, before we go, we're curious. What does confidence mean to you? Please share your thoughts with us in the comments section. We always love hearing what you have to say. And as a thank you for those sticking with us until the end, of course, you know you're getting a bonus. There are countless influencers these days spewing all kinds of tips and tricks to be more confident in life. But here's our advice. Don't get too caught up in the kinds of confidence hacks that have you dressing a specific way or acting differently than who you really are. Tactics like these are superficial and easy for authentic people to see through. They make you seem like you're trying too hard. And let's be real, if you're uncomfortable being yourself, pretending to be something you're not is bound to get even more uncomfortable once you discover you're stuck performing in a fake character trap that you created. You don't get better or more confident by acting in ways that are unnatural or uncomfortable. You get better by embracing your authentic self, refining it, and presenting it proudly to the world.